Alright, so we're flying again. As you can see, we have analog feed up. We're flying the AR wing. I want to switch to fly-by-wire A.
Fly-by-wire A.
And I want to get on a nice little heading over here, and then I want to
Cruise.
go to cruise. So, obviously it's been a while since I've flown now. As you might have noticed, I haven't uploaded any videos in a while. Um, just kind of clear some of this stuff out of the way. Stuff sitting in front of my webcam. Nothing's changed with the airplane, but basically everything has changed with my recording setup with the computer that I'm doing all this with. Between that and the weather, we've had some pretty crazy weather this winter. Just kind of everything together is made it hard for me to make videos recently. It seems like every chance I had to fly when the weather was decent, there was something else already in the way. And like I said, I decided to rebuild the computer setup in here. Basically, I built myself a new computer in the house. So the one out here in my workshop kind of got upgraded using some of the hand-me-down parts from that one that I replaced in the house. And that kind of threw up a few problems. There's a lot of things that I had to reconfigure and get set up. So there still may be a few hiccups as far as my OBS recording software and getting everything set up, but I believe everything's working well as far as my encoding and sound configuration and everything. But if not, I mean, we'll get it worked out eventually. But yeah, we can switch back to this scene here. This is Q ground control. It's actually up here for you. But this is Q ground control, which is linked up to ArduPilot, which we're flying the AR wing with. This is the AR Pro. Sonic Model AR Pro. I'm kind of noticing that brown streak running through the field here. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what that's about or why that would be there. But just kind of follow that away towards town, I guess. Maybe turn around and head back and follow it, see how far it comes back this way. But anyway, we're running the ArduPilot on the 405 wing flight controller from Maytech. Controlling everything with the Radiomaster TX16S Max. It's the nice one that they sent me, the black and red and silver that I requested. Using the Dragon Link with the relay setup, obviously you can see I have no module on the back. We're just kind of linked with the what is the R168 receiver from Radiomaster. Have that set up on my wall up there with the relay. And we're using the 900 megahertz Dragon Link, and I'm connected to the PC with the Bluetooth out of it. And that's how I'm running everything on the screen here that you see in Q ground control. And it basically just gives me a nice little map to follow. Or it actually follows on the map anyway, but it's kind of a nice setup. I like it. I can actually put it back to where you have the analog feed because I just realized I was talking about that brown line through the field that I was following there. You can kind of see the end of it kind of there in the center lower half of the screen. We'll turn around and follow it back towards the house in just a bit. But yeah, you probably want to see the analog feed more than you want to see me talking. So we're going to do that. So let me just kind of head back towards the direction we came. You notice all the fields are starting to turn green. Everything's kind of looking summery again. Now you can see that very distinct brown path through the field there, and I'm not sure what that is because like I said, they haven't plowed these fields anytime recently, and you know, as far as I know, they've not worked them at all. So I'm kind of curious what that's all about. It's just kind of the green that you do see in the field is just the winter grass kind of. Well, I guess maybe spring. I don't know. Maybe the winter grass died off and something else is coming up now, but I don't know. They haven't even plowed them or anything, getting ready to plant yet for this year. It's like I said, we had that weird little freeze came through and disrupted everything, and a lot of rain. And see, there's actually a fair bit of water still standing all out here in the fields. Everything's still kind of wet and muddy, but it is a nice, relatively warm, clear day with low wind, and it's kind of the first day I've had everything kind of line up and give me a chance to fly. So of course I'm going to jump at that opportunity, and hopefully it makes for an enjoyable video. Like I said, I went far too long without making one. And that does bring up something I want to talk about. I do want to give a big thanks to all the channel members and Patreon members, pledges, whatever you want to call yourself. People that make a pledge at Patreon. Patrons, I guess would be the right term. But I want to take a minute to thank you all for sticking through that with me. I kind of felt guilty. I went well over a month without uploading anything. And everyone kind of followed through with your contributions. And don't think that goes unnoticed. It's like I said, that's money that you're giving me in exchange for doing what I do, for being able to enjoy it. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And like I said, especially grateful for those of you that stuck it out. I think we might have dropped off one or two, but I don't blame you. It's like I said, none of that's ever expected or required. It's just always appreciated. Those of you that continued to do that and stuck it through with me, then like I said, a huge thanks to you for that. So yeah. So this is what I saw while I was on the way out, and I didn't realize I wasn't recording my analog feed. That kind of brown path through the field. And like I said, I still don't know what it is. I'm kind of curious, honestly, what might have caused that. It's kind of weird. It doesn't necessarily follow any distinct elevation, as if it was maybe water from all the rains killed the grass off, or they haven't sprayed anything out here. They didn't plow anything. I'm just kind of curious why that's there. What would do that? But yeah, so you can see the airplane's getting kind of knocked around a little bit. Not terribly so. It's, like I said, the sun's still out. We still have a little bit of, I don't want to call it midday, because it is a little after 5 p.m. right now. But we do have a little bit of daytime heating from the sun. And like I said, everything is kind of warming up right now. It's almost 70, in the low 70s, almost 72, 73 degrees out today. Which, like I said, that's a stark contrast. We went for like 3 or 4 days in a row in single-digit temperatures. And we were below freezing for, I forgot how many hours straight. And we set a few records there. But we actually lost power for, I think, 4 days in a row. 4 days and 3 nights. It was a cold few nights, but we had plenty of blankets and just bundled up and made the best of it. Like I said, we did get a generator going with some electric heaters about the second night. We ran those for a while and kind of had to limit ourselves on the gas. We didn't have a lot of gas for the generator. We had enough to do it, but the roads were impassable. A lot of ice and everything built up on them. Since we had like a kind of, I don't know, like a ice storm. Everything was covered in sleet, I guess you call it, and it snowed on top of that. And like the roads were just not fit for travel for us. And some of you up north are probably laughing like, yeah, it's not that big a deal or whatever. We deal with it every day, including today. But it's not something we deal with down here or prepared for. And it kind of was a big problem. But nothing we can't deal with. Just wasn't very pleasant. But anyway, we made it through it. We got power back and everything's kind of back to normal now. And like I said, probably in a couple of months now, I'll be complaining about the triple-digit summer heat down here, but at least I can run the air conditioner and stay inside, fly from in the shop. But yeah, as far as the flight today, I really don't know what we're gonna get up to. I'm just kind of out enjoying it. Like I said, I'm just the fact that I'm flying something, sitting down recording a video is a very welcome change of pace around here. And I'm more than happy to get something out for you guys to watch, and maybe just kind of let you know that I'm still here and still intend to keep flying. Speaking of which, I do have a couple of things that came in recently. They were actually supposed to be in weeks ago, but we had a lot of shipping delays with both the U.S. Postal Service and UPS and FedEx. Everything was delayed, and it kind of threw a wrench into everything with that winter storm we had. But I did eventually receive it. I have the twin-engine Dragon. Don't want to misquote it. I forget the name now, but it's basically the plank that they put a tail on. Comes with 2 tails, a T-tail and a V-tail. If I remember during editing, I'll put on screen here the name of the actual airplane that I'm talking about, and I'll drop a link to it below. Because I probably should have already had a review up on that by now, but like I said, everything was delayed and I just got it a few days ago. But Banggood is actually doing a sale on it right now, and they asked me to share a coupon. I promised them I would, and they did supply the airplane for review once we finally do get around to it, so I kind of owe them that, at least. Oh man, you can see there's actually a lot of water standing back here in the field. But anyway, I'll get to that eventually, and then just today, earlier today, in fact, I received the little small jumper transmitter with OpenTX. I don't want to misquote it and call it something that it's not, but it's the new small kind of joystick game controller style controller from Jumper. Runs OpenTX. It'll be pretty neat to take a look at. Personally, I don't think it's one I'll use very much. I do prefer the larger radios like the TX16S that I'm flying with now. I like all the pots and sliders and extra knobs and switches and everything. But if you're flying, just basic line of sight sport models or quads or something like that, the little small transmitter might be something you're interested in. So we'll take a look at it and just kind of see what it's all about. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in that new the new little twin FPV model that we're going to be building up next. And I actually do have two flight controllers. The one I did a video, the Racer Star 405 Nano. I have that one, and I also have the one from Matek. And again, I've forgotten the name of it. What is the F405 WSE possibly? I want to say, but once again, don't quote me on that if I am mistaken. Very well could be, and I'll put links to all the stuff I'm talking about below the video. But yeah, I'm just happy to be out flying, cruising around, doing my thing, and hopefully you're enjoying the video. It's a little bit more bumpy than I would like for it to be, but like I said, I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity to fly. Flyable weather is good enough weather for me. Obviously, it's flyable because we're flying it. Just kind of head out this way, I guess. I'll probably put another clip at the end of this video too. I'm thinking I'm gonna edit it and not show it at the beginning of the video, but the takeoff actually had a failed launch attempt, and the second attempt actually got me in the air, but it still wasn't anything to brag about. It's actually pretty rough and almost hit a fence. So I don't know if I'm just rusty or what, because I know from the very start I've always said I wasn't good with launching the AR Wing Pro or any wings for that matter. I'm not good with that kind of forearm launch technique that you need to use with wings. We'll just switch to my other receiver there. That's what that little video glitch was all about. But I was even launching in auto takeoff mode. I threw the airplane really poorly, and the first time it corrected itself before it hit the ground, but it did hit the ground. It dipped down too low, lost too much altitude, and the prop hit the ground, and it kind of slid to a stop. Shut the motor off and grabbed it and made sure everything was okay and no damage, and relaunched it again, and it still did that little rollover maneuver. And I just saw something I want to try to get a look at. Just under the airplane, kind of off the left wing right now, there's some animals standing in the field. At least I think they're animals. It was possibly some deer standing out there. So I'm just kind of cruise around this way, and then I'll turn back so that we're able to look at them, and I'll let you know when they're coming into view. They should be coming into view just about now, maybe. Standing right along the tree line there, and I don't actually see them now, but they should be directly ahead. Yeah, I'm starting to make them out now. And they're going just out of the bottom of the view there. I think that's what that is. I think it's some animals. What we'll do is kind of fly back, and we'll turn around at the far corner. And there's actually one straight below right now, just above the satellite count. You see some more there. I think that's animals standing in the edge of the field. And if it is, it's like very likely to be deer. It's about the only thing large animals like that, light colored, that would be out there. And I kind of forgotten what I was talking about. I think the failed launch attempts. But anyway, yeah, it did the kind of same little rollover thing on the second attempt, and it corrected itself and managed to get flying again and get over the fence, just barely. And then we were on our way. So I definitely need to fly more often and get some more practice in. Or maybe just learn a better technique for launching my wings. That's probably more like it. And now we kind of have the sun directly in front of the camera now, which is going to kind of make things even harder to see. But we'll make another pass. We'll fly out over the woods this way and then make another run at it if we can't see them well this time. You see kind of right above my distance counter right now is kind of where I saw what I think was animals standing out there. Yeah, I can't even really make them out right now with the sun. Kind of the glare and everything. Unless maybe they heard the airplane and got kind of spooked and ran back off into the woods. It's very possible. If not, maybe even likely. But yeah, I'll just kind of fly out this direction a little ways, and then we'll make another run down that tree line along the edge of the field there, edge of the woods, and see if they're still out there. But yeah, that's kind of really all I have to talk about. As far as this video, there's not really much more to say. Other than apologizing for not answering all the questions and comments that I got recently. There's a few in there that I just haven't gotten around to answering. And also those of you on Discord, we do have a Discord channel for the channel members and Patreons. It's very select few that even joined it. Not even all of the contributing people showed up on the Discord, which is fine. It's just there for the people that might want it. But in the process of building the new computer in the house and replacing the one in the shed, somewhere along the way, I think I got something misconfigured in Discord when I was installing and configuring it on one of the PCs, because I'm not getting notifications anymore. I just logged in a few days ago and saw there was quite a few messages that I missed. Well, I say quite a few, a handful of messages that I missed, including some that were direct messages to me. So I did answer those, the DMs. But there's been some questions in the YouTube comment section that I haven't gotten to yet. I've been kind of crazy busy with everything else and just haven't really had a chance to get caught up on all that stuff. So just know that it's not really intentional. Just doing the best I can right now. But yeah, you can see just by the little house icon there to the left of it, there's some animals, and yeah, we can't really pitch down enough to see them right now without losing too much altitude. So I'm still not sure if it's animals or if it's something else out there, but animals is about the only logical explanation. So yeah, let's go ahead and gain some altitude. Get back up to around, let's call it about 350 or so. We're going to stay below 400 for safety reasons. We'll go up to about 375 actually. We overshot a little bit, but it may correct. I released the elevator at 375. We'll see if it settles back. It's going to stop at about 365, or maybe not. We'll just let it do its thing and see what it does. Not make any more altitude changes. But yeah, we're coming up on, you see that kind of line in the field about halfway, in the woods there, about halfway out to the clearing straight ahead. That is a bayou. We're going to cross that bayou, and then the more water that you can see on the other side of that field is the river. So we're probably just going to head out to the river. I'm going to zoom out on the map here and make sure, because I know where my antennas are pointed. Yeah, as long as we stay towards the northern end of that field, we should be fine. I'll go ahead and just leave it zoomed out on the map. We're going to fly out to the river and make another little run up the river a ways and then shoot back towards home. So that's the plan. But like I said, I'm just kind of rambling on now. Don't really have a lot to talk about. So rather than bore you with something that you don't want to hear, it doesn't really make any sense anyway. Let me switch back to this for a moment. You can see me again because I'm actually going to switch to Spotify. And we're going to play some royalty-free music for the rest of the flight. Get that going here. Or are my speakers sleeping? There we go. So we got some music going now. We're gonna go back to keep ground control. We're gonna switch back to screen cap with analog scene. And now we're coming over the river now. So we're gonna turn back to the north. and follow the river towards town for a ways. And just enjoy the view. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up now. Actually gonna mute the microphone. And if I have anything to say, I'll be back with that. If not, enjoy the rest of the flight. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the flight. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been enjoyable. Hopefully the music wasn't too annoying. Yeah, let me know what you think. Like I said, I'll leave that failed launch clip at the end of the video. But thank you for watching this one. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters and channel members, and of course to Sonic Model, who provided the airplane, to Radio Master, who supplied the radio, to Dragon Link. They actually gave me the Dragon Link 900 MHz system to try out and give them some feedback on. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get to fly more often in the future. So keep an eye out for that. See you in the next videos.